All right, so after I became a Christian, basically entered into or began a relationship with Jesus Christ. And I truly believe that everybody who becomes a Jesus lover enters that relationship right away. You're born into that. But a lot of times the religion enters in just like that, real quick. You start going to church and you start um, actually getting away from a relationship with God instead of building one. Not all the time, but sometimes, a lot of the times, in my opinion, just from my experience. But I really had a year and a half of having the ability to walk in that relationship with God. I ended up after my sophomore year. It was a big long story, but I ended up in a boarding school in Monterey Bay, called Monterey Bay Academy. It was close to Watsonville area. Great school. Um, Loved it. It was beautiful, right on the beach. The only problem is that when I got there, I didn't want to be there. Again, um, I was all by myself in a sense. I was alone. The people that were there was only a handful of people there because it was the summer before the school started. Only the kids that needed jobs and stayed there during the summer. So I was one of them. Um, but it was among people that knew me already, people that I had played sports against from the other school that I went to. People knew my reputation. They knew that I was a terrible person. um, so I got there. I was a Christian, right? But nobody knew that. Nobody, I looked the same. I wore the same gangster clothes. I still had the same mannerisms. I talked the same way. It wasn't the same language, but I talked the same. And so, anyways, I decided to carry my Bible around with me all the time so people would know that something was different, that I was a Christian. So, um, while doing that, I just read it. Everywhere I went, I would read it. I would read the scriptures, walking to work, walking back from work, walking to the cafeteria, walking back from the cafeteria. When I wasn't working, I was at the beach, just sitting there, reading the scriptures and spending time with God. And really, when you build a relationship with God, you get full. You get full of Him. It's called, drinking of His love. Really drinking Him in, letting Him love on you, and it really fills you up. It just really does. And then, um, so I was really just in a neat place, and I loved it. And it was a great time. I met a person named Daniel Chai at the school. The first time I met him, he came into my dorm room and he started fighting with me over if Jesus was God or did Jesus come, to earth. And anyways, I didn't know what to make of him, but I found out later that he was just, trying to see if I would back down or if I really believed what other people said that I did and stuff like that. So he really caught me off guard. I didn't like him at first. Still don't like him. No, just kidding. Um, but anyways, the next video I'm gonna make is Daniel Chai was the first father, spiritual father in my life. He was just a couple months older than me, probably, maybe younger. I don't remember. But he's gonna get mad at me for that, not remembering his birthday and stuff. I haven't talked to you for more than 10 years, Daniel, so calm down. But seriously, he was the first one to mentor me, to teach me, to take me by the hand and introduce me to some things. So I'm going to get into that in the next video. Um, and so basically moved on from gang lifestyle into a relationship with God just very briefly. And then became a radical, just reading the scriptures, devouring them for about a year and a half. Probably read through um, 4 to 5 times all the way through in that first year. So just really just consumed it and learned it and really read it for the first time. Uh, being raised in a religious home, I memorized a lot of scripture, but that was totally a natural mind. This was the first time reading the scripture as a spiritual being, as a new creation. Once you become a Jesus lover, you die. Your old self completely dies on the cross. You're crucified with Him, and you become a new creation, and you enter into a whole new world. So Anyways, I'm gonna get into. I like this next part of my life, so I'm gonna put a video just about some of my experiences with Daniel Chai. And if anybody knows any information on Daniel Chai out there, I have not talked to him for over 10 years, and I'd love to connect with him. So if anybody has any information, thank you. Forward that to me. Love you guys.